on the Tracer. So you know you have Tracer as one of the DPS. You're wondering what Hydration plays. It looks like at least here at the beginning, he will be playing the Pharah. Interesting, when you sub Surefour out, who takes up the Widow responsibilities? We go to Ruins for the Gladiators if they decide to run the Widowmaker there.
That's really interesting.
Shanghai Dragons. Undead looks like he will be playing the Pharah. Interesting. I wonder if Freefield will stay on this Moira. Moira can provide a lot of healing. If you don't have Mercy in the lineup with a Zenyatta, Moira is a pretty good option to pair with Lucio.
I don't love it, purely because of the fact that, you know, Bishu is going to be able to eat up a lot of Moira's orbs. It's just where most of her damage comes from and a lot of her AoE healing. With Freefield having his, you know, those orbs actually eaten up on the D.Va, he has to play a lot closer and far less safely. Of course, it is going to be the Mercy this time for Shaz, so no, you know, hijinks on the Zenyatta here as he's going to try and keep Hydration topped up.
Yeah, Moira needs to be putting down a decent amount of damage also to keep her healing far up, right? I mean, she can only heal for so much, and then she needs to get more resources. Hydration now in the sky, just able to put down a ton of damage. Freefield gets very weak there. They're going to have to peel for him. Bishu, though, goes in, finishes the kill off. That's what we see a lot with, you know, Pharah Tracer combinations, right? That time it's Pharah D.Va. Pharah puts down some damage with the rockets. Tracer comes in, cleans it up. A lot of kills being cleaned up by the Gladiators. 2 direct shots from Hydration will take out Undead. This first point will go to the Gladiators as now they start to build up control.
So if you're a Pharah player up against an opposing Pharah, that's catharsis. That's what you're looking for. Get rid of that enemy Pharah player. And it's hard to do, by the way, because while an enemy Pharah is being healed up by the Mercy, you need to hit exactly two consecutive rockets on the enemy Pharah to wipe them out. Otherwise, they're going to be healed up and ready to go again. If you have the element of surprise, like Hydration did, you need to use it effectively. And he's been rewarded for the damage he's done in the previous fight with an early barrage. Undead's forced to switch.
I mean, that first fight and up until now, it's been Hydration who's put down 41% of the damage that's come out of the Gladiators. So you see it's just a lot of damage coming down from Hydration, and then a lot of the picks are being, you know, just followed up by Bishu, by Asherah on the D.Va and the Tracer.
So that's 2 kills with a barrage from Hydration. Undead and Hydration actually felled each other in that fight. Undead switching over towards the McCree, which is a well-known counter to Pharah because he's able to hit those longer range targets without any delay on the travel time of his projectiles. Definitely a safe bet, but Hydration is happy to play Pharah against an enemy McCree. It's probably going to have to change his style or his positioning, though. He needs to try and stay safe, otherwise the Peacemaker is definitely going to, well, put him into pieces.
It's going to be a lot of pressure on MG in the D.Va role for Shanghai as well, because it's going to need to use the defense matrix to keep Freefield alive. You know, Gladiators has done a great job taking out Freefield on that Zenyatta time and time again. Zenyatta not a mobile hero. Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult for Undead to even get some shots off. You see just 2 rockets forces him out, and now you see just Hydration, the rest of the crew, just mowing down the Shanghai Dragon.
This is stunning. Hydration is not necessarily ignoring Undead, but he's avoiding him. He's making the rest of his team go for the part of, you know, the enemy team that's not been covered by the McCree.
Yeah, I mean, all it takes is Hydration to hit 1 rocket on Undead, get him low, and that forces him back.
What about a pulse bomb?
Asher with a pulse bomb there takes out Undead, and now the Mercy comes in for the res. It'll be altering. Using his Valkyrie, he gets extremely low. More damage here coming down from the side of the Gladiators, and now we're up to 96%. If you're Shanghai, you got to get a touch on the point.
Gotta be now. It's in overtime. You can see Hydration trying to chase down the Mercy. Shaz has fallen to a Deadeye. Undead's found 2. The McCree finally starting to wake up in this fight. Ash is looking deep though. He's looking for the squishy targets, but he's not able to get the full clip on Freefield. Undead. That's 3 kills for the McCree from the Shanghai Dragons in this last fight. It's paid off, but not a moment too soon. The Shanghai Dragons cannot afford to give control of this part of the map over to the Gladiators at all for the rest of this round.
We'll see how long the Gladiators stay with the Pharah here, as we can take a replay look here from Undead's POV. Here is the Deadeye. You're able to get the Mercy out of the sky, get Hydration extremely low, get both of those kills. Now as we go into the next fight, it'll be Big Goose with a sound barrier for the Gladiators. It'll be led by Shazo.
This could be
uses the Valkyrie, and it's going to force the Valkyrie out. The Transcendence from Freefield. It's going to be Shaz going in for a res. You do have that rocket barrage. Hydration uses it, only gets 1.
Hydration going down, and the self-destruct claims him. He can't move while he's in midair using the barrage. It's a problem for Pharah players quite often. Remix is trying to stay safe and get healing, but Hydration, that's a compromising position. Playing in close quarters against McCree, he gets stunned up and immediately eliminated. Remix so close, but not quite enough to get towards Undead. Dia and Undead are now playing in tandem very well. Ash is forced to step up for the point here. You can hear the annoying beep in the background. That's reminding Shanghai that they can't get this up. Pulse bomb dropped, but not connected. Asher knocked away, looking for another health pack, and he's found it. Orbs coming around the corner towards Asher, and he knows he needs to take a brief pause here to get his health back. The Gladiators are still here in numbers, Matt.
But Shanghai is going to get those support ults here very soon. Free feels at 88% towards that Transcendence. He gets very low.
Got him.
Drops at 99%. Not going to have the Transcendence in this fight. Altering now, getting close to his Valkyrie. MG with a big kill onto Iremix. D-Max Bishu as well.
He shut down the tank line of the Gladiators. MG, good work getting in there and dealing with the bulkier targets. But now Asher's managed to respond. He gets rid of MG, desuited and removed from the game for the moment. MG gets resurrected by altering, but he can't get back in his suit. Hydration finds him, and now Big Goose wants to play around the point. You can see how he can boot people away or knock them back. He's trying to get people into the well. That's all he can really do at this stage with the amount of healing available to his opponent. Oh, he's done it! He gets the boot on Free Feel, while Free Feel was using the most important ultimate the Dragons had available. Big Goose just completely gutted the Dragons' chance to finish this.
We'll see. It's going to be Big Goose also using his sound barrier here, trying to stay alive. You see him bump MG, trying to knock him into the well. As also, via self-destruct comes down. MG gets taken out with a nice headshot there. The Primal Rage comes out from Roshan, just trying to stall this out a little bit longer.
Big Goose now the star, as Shaz was in the first couple of maps. Hydration finds Undead with the barrage of rockets coming down. Free Feel's alive for the time being, but Big Goose is trying to chase him down. The rest of the Gladiators seem to have found their marks now, and they're feeling it. Pulse bomb dropped by Dia, but no one connects with it. And we see quickly, Hydration tries to get into the air, but he's taken down. Roshan onto the point. It's going to be a long fight, ladies and gentlemen. Strap yourselves in. Big Goose sits back comfortably now. MG tries to take to the sky, but Altering's low. He got too close to Asher. Picked him off long range with the pulse pistols. Asher with all the room in the world to work with here. And MG's going to get demeched as well.
Yeah, and Shaz pops the Valkyrie there, keeps everybody alive, brings Hydration back at the beginning of the fight. Now you're starting to see the kills go in favor of the Gladiators. They'll take possession of the point quick. Overtime will disintegrate at a rapid pace. It'll be the Gladiators taking point B here on Illios.
And if you think you're slightly tired from watching that, you should wonder how the players are feeling. That was intense. And this is where we get to see one of the biggest strengths of the Shanghai Dragons roster. They brawl out. Mechanically speaking, they are easily on par with the Gladiators. This is the kind of game type that we really get to see a team's team fighting abilities brought to the fore. Individuals get to shine. Big Goose goes nuts. That boop on a Zenyatta whilst he was using that Transcendence ultimate, that took away the only get out of jail free card that the Dragons had in that fight. They were banking on that ultimate to win them the round.
And with how long the fights drag out there on well, Transcendence is huge. I mean, if you have a Transcendence, you can really take the point back in your favor. Shanghai, they'll bring Widow into the mix here on Ruin. It'll be Undead playing the Widow, and actually, yeah, the Gladiators, they will go with Asher on the Widowmaker. So primarily a Tracer player throughout the preseason. Now we see him flexing onto the Widow.
So the way this map works when Widow is at play is that these two Widows dictate how, who has control of the point and how the round generally works. If Asher gets a pick, the Gladiators have a huge advantage. If vice versa, then it will be the Dragons. Big Goose goes down early, though. He's picked up at long range by Free Feel. The Zenyatta's really shining here, and Asher's not given any room to work. Roshan sees his target. The smug purple lady was the one to be doing the damage, and Roshan knew he had to get rid of her.
Yeah, and you see the effects. Once your Widow drops, the Gladiators back out. They will concede the point to the Shanghai Dragons here at the beginning. That'll allow Undead to get into a favorable position here. We'll see if Undead can create some sight lines that are advantageous to him. He's getting the damage boost from altering, playing the Mercy right behind
that's
him.
Dangerous, Big Goose. Playing a Mercy against the enemy Widow is tricky because it's hard to dump altitude as a Mercy. If you're up in the air and high up in the air, dropping down is always going to be dangerous. It creates very predictable movement patterns for an enemy Widowmaker to trace you on. That was close. Asher tries to duel that Undead. He comes off worse for wear, but now the response is there. Both these Widowmakers are giving each other love taps across the map as their teams are trying to do the dirty brawling here. But MG's out. It's going to be Valkyrie here, in fact, used earlier on in the fight by Big Goose. A lot of healing, and he resurrects the fallen Widowmaker in Asher. Sniper's back in play now, and Undead needs to back out of this one.
Yes, this should be the Gladiators taking the point. They pop Valkyrie, lead on through. You're going to bring Iremix back into the fight. No,
surely not!
Oh, Battle Mercy coming on through. Big Goose.
The hero in the game with the least kill potential, i.e. it's pretty hard to kill people with Mercy. Big Goose shows up and gets himself a little bit of a star moment.
When she's flying through the sky, she's a very difficult hero to hit. She's all been there, the position that Undead was in.
She actually has a voice line. If you kill someone with a pistol, she says, you might not want to tell your friends about that.
Well, unfortunately, we all saw that for Undead's sake as the Big Goose flying on through. Valkyrie using the damage.
Starting to style on these guys now.
Style on him, yeah. Asher will have that in sight. He's going to give his team, all the visibility, and it's going to be Freefield forced to use Transcendence early again. So the Gladiators done a tremendous job forcing out the Transcendence from the side of the Shanghai Dragons. 2 picks there from Asher.
Gladiators, they win the sniper battle. Asher has 3 kills in this fight so far. First he kills the enemy Widow, then he kills the enemy Mercy, altering that was trying to resurrect Undead, and then he finds Roshan. Kills half of the enemy team, and that's why Widow is so important in this matchup. If she has pole position, if she has some space to work, she is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, and here's the bad thing for Shanghai.
Oh, that's
gross. With a pick there on Adia, we see him do that time and time again on the Zenyatta. But Hydration has this Dragon Blade. There's no Transcendence for the Shanghai Dragons to fight on through this. As the MG does take Hydration out, though, in this close quarter area.
It's very chaotic fighting around this part of the map here. Shaz, you can see he's going to come forward now and give that healing. It's an aggressive use of Transcendence, though, as he's trying to make sure his team can get in the face of the Dragons without taking too much damage in response, and it's worked really well. Freefield and Undead are both down, but Freefield was resurrected. It's not enough for the Dragons to continue fighting, though. Look at Asher. Look at this confident, aggressive positioning.
And Shanghai switches off of their own Widowmaker. They go over to a 76, so it's a lot like Dorado.
Does that admit defeat in the
Yeah, it's a lot like Dorado, where they switch off of the Widow, they went to McCree. If Asher just backs up, there's nobody really at range they have to contest him, but he's playing close range with the Widow. Okay, he's trying to hit. Insane shot as he's going to use the grapple, fly on back, get to a little safer position.
See Roshan coming in over the top, and Ashley doesn't seem to be too worried about the Winston. What about this one? It's the flailing, flying fist of fury from the Primarate Winston, but Roshan gets nothing done with it. It's all bluff and blunder, and to no avail. Shaz picks him off. The damage from the Zenyatta again continuing to be strong. We're in overtime now. Los Angeles are in control of the point. Last chance saloon for Shanghai to bring this map back in Freefield. It's turned into expensive cutlery. The Omnic Monk is no more, and Hydration makes it 3. Beautiful stuff from the Gladiators, and once again, it's a map that goes to the purple and white.
The Gladiators were able to force Freefield there in the last fight to use that Transcendence a little bit early again. Hydration still so patient with that Dragon Blade. Able to take out 3 there.